Previously on GT Academy. This is the second benchmark.
It really tells a story of how they're progressing.
Woo! This is Jim Connor. This is a 3-round tournament, and the loser will be going home.
I need to get myself together. This one really counts.
This could be my last run.
Go!
The famed Silverstone Circuit, the home of British motor racing. And for one fortunate gamer, the fast track to a racing career. This is GT Academy, where North America's top Gran Turismo gamers battle head-to-head to become a NISMO athlete and a professional racing driver for Nissan. Training with some of the world's best driving instructors, 12 competitors embark on a series of challenges testing their speed, strength, and soul.
Come on, don't quit! How bad you want in?
Judges Rob Barth, Danny Sullivan, and Boris Said watch over every move to discover North America's next NISMO athlete. I'm your host, Dahani Jones, and the race from virtual to reality is on. It's not a video game. It's real life. And then there were 7. Now, up until this point, you've been driving around the Silverstone circuit at very high speeds. But now we're at the Northampton Speedway for a taste of something a little bit different. Now, these Nissan Micras may not go as fast as the 370Zs or the GTRs, but this is wheel-to-wheel racing in its purest form. And in a moment, all 7 of you will be on this track at the same time for 30 laps. The judges want to see you guys in a real race, see how you compete against one another. But the biggest question is, for the 6 of you who don't win, what will you do to make the judges take notice? How will you tap into your racecraft, even in defeat? Rob, I believe you have something to say to the group.
Danny, thank you. Guys, as a professional racer myself, a key strength is to identify your greatest competitor. And we want to hear some names. Which single driver do you fear most? Donald?
Tommy Gonkoff.
Nick?
Parker Cornelius.
Russell?
Tommy Gonkoff.
Parker?
I'd say Tommy Gonkoff.
3 votes for Tommy. Thank you, Parker. Alex?
Mark.
Mark?
Russell.
Tommy?
Looking out for Donald.
Interesting. So for those of you whose names weren't called out, Alex, Nick, what does that tell you about the opposition? They don't fear you? They don't respect you? Race well, gentlemen. We'll be watching.
3 guys called out my name. It was kind of like, wow, okay, so I am the, kind of the guy to watch out for here.
So guys, one of our favorite events. This is usually really wild. I'm really excited about what we're going to see tonight.
Going into the stock car challenge, I was feeling pretty confident. It looks like a lot of fun, and it seems like something that my skill set should be well suited for.
When you question them who they feared, the top guy was Tommy, who just barely got in the last event by having to beat somebody in a runoff.
Holy
And one of the guys who's at the top of our list,
Yeah.
Nick, nobody even mentioned him.
Right, qualifying getting underway. First up is Nick in the green car. Let's see how he gets on. Okay, 17.7.
Next out is Alex. Seemed like he picked up the throttle a little quicker than Nick did. And he goes top of the table. Right now we got Donald out.
Oh, big lift mid-corner as well. P2?
Oh, P2.
Yeah, 17.75. Ever so close between 2 and 3.
Red is Russell. Russell Red.
If he springs up at the top, I'll be surprised.
Way slow into 3.
18.2, miles away. Russell. He's in a different time zone. Okay, black number 2, Tommy Gonkoff. So this is the guy that they fear most. Let's see if he can do a time to back that claim up.
Well, he drove it in there good. Drove it good into 3. Couldn't get on the gas though.
No, P4.
Blue is out, and that is Parker.
So he was too slow coming in the green. He lifted too early.
Way high on
Yeah.
his line. This is Mark, Gray Mark.
Yeah, lifted early. Way late on the gas.
6.
Alex on pole, Donald P2, and Nicholas P3.
I qualified first, and I really felt that was my way of showing everyone, you know, I'm here to stay and I'm here to play.
We've had that single timed lap qualifying with no contact, no distractions. Now, let's see if they can race door to door.
This is amazingly fun. Who knew 70 horsepower could be this good?
I know 3 people have their eyes on me. It's gonna get bumpy, I can tell you that much.
I'm putting someone in the wall.
I'm ready to race. That was so cheesy.
2014 Nissan GT Academy drivers. You better put on a show. Remember, Rubbing is racing. We want to see some action. You want to be GT Academy winner this year, you better show us speed, strength, and soul. Are you ready? You better show these English guys how America does it. And you, Canadian.
I lined myself up. I saw the gap when we were all waiting there, ready to go.
Oh, it's about to start.
And I just gunned it right off the start. It slipped right in between 3rd and 4th place.
He's going right to the middle. He's going right to the middle.
Oh, Canada!
It was probably one of the best starts I've ever had in my life.
Got passed on the start. You know, Mark got a pretty good launch. There was a little crash in turns 3 and 4.
But Nick back down the inside.
That's Robin! Nick's got the donut down the side of his car just like Earnhardt.
Look at Nick moving up now. Really on the move.
Oh, got the run down the inside.
Get him. Collision.
Oh, beautiful move.
Push him out. Push him on the wall.
Okay, the 2 guys that those guys didn't even talk about are out front.
Guys at the other end of the field, Parker's nowhere.
Donald and Parker.
Stock car challenge. I felt pretty confident, but
I didn't know what was going on. I made sure my foot was to the floor. It felt like I had an anchor out back.
Here we go. Race for the lead, guys. Race for the lead.
There he goes, there he goes.
Hey, Alex is fighting back, though.
Nick came along my side, and he just barely squeezed by.
There he goes.
Go on the inside. Go on the inside.
Good boy.
Come on, Nick.
Come on.
Once he got on the straightaway, he accelerated like a rocket ship.
Tommy is closing in.
So Alex and I had a good race, you know, going down the back straight. I got into his back bumper a little bit.
Oh, big hit.
Tommy came up behind me and just did a nasty whack at my back bumper. Bounced off the wall a couple times. I was able to dive down the inside and make a move. I made sure to get him back on the next corner. You know, I got completely sideways.
Hey,
That was exciting.
Okay, 9 to go. Yeah, we're going to be into lapping soon.
When I was sitting there in last place, I was pushing as far as I could, and the only real contact I had with cars was the leader coming up behind me.
He's gonna drive right by him, right here. He's going by right here. No, he's gonna go right by him. Watch. Goodbye. See you later. No, bye. I'm lapping you.
He was real nice about letting me go, even though he shouldn't have been.
Okay, this will be coming up to 3 to go. 3 laps to go. 3 laps. Hang on, he's just put a lap on who was on the front row.
He was on the front row.
How did Donald get lapped from the front row?
Oh, mate, no idea. 1 lap to go, last lap.
Just checked back and I saw Tommy was now in second, so it was just about hitting my marks, and it was a lot of fun.
Checkered flag.
Yeah!
Great.
Woo! Fantastic!
What a performance from Nick.
The guys they didn't fear finished first and third.
That was good racing, man.
Showed them, didn't you, man?
Awesome, well done.
Well
Great
done.
job.
Boris, Danny, and Rob were, supportive and saying, hey, they all called you out basically saying you're weak.
Hey, Nick, but the kid they feared least
That's
smoked
why.
him.
Exactly.
Wait, was that a little motivation for you?
Give him props where props is due.
Stock car was one of the most fun races I've ever had in my life.
Everybody had such a good time. You know, hitting the walls, you know, bouncing off of each other.
Parker, what happened, dude?
I don't know. I thought I had it at the limit every corner, but I just kept falling back. I feel like I couldn't got any more out of it.
Donald, just a quick question too. You started on the front row.
Yep.
You got lapped and finished second to last.
Yeah.
What happened?
It was ugly. I think I just didn't adapt well enough to it, and I don't think I maximized it.
Glad you all had fun.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for keeping us entertained. But, as you know, it's a serious competition, and I need to go and have a chat with Danny and Boris, and we've got some decision-making to do. So we'll be back to you shortly.
As it gets later in the competition, the picture is becoming clearer.
Nick came through as clearly the man to beat.
And what's interesting about that, in the first benchmark, Nicholas was nowhere, but throughout this competition, every challenge we've done, he's gotten better.
Okay, Parker was last. He kind of started last and finished last. But Donald started on the front row and went all the way to the back and was right by with Parker, and they were both lapped.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a
Give up.
A give up.
He gave up.
It gave up that I'm not going fast. So
remember, we wanted 100% of effort, 100% of the time.
He's got a fairly give up attitude.
Yeah, in the overtaking challenge, in the traffic challenge, he kind of quit almost on me. You lifted before the finish line, dude. You cannot afford to do that.
You can tell he really wants it, and he's been trying, just not hard enough.
Don't you quit! Let's go. Don't you quit, Donald!
He showed us a lot of bright spots over the competition, but he's shown us a lot of rough spots too. And basically, he's not the guy that's going to be the next NISMO athlete.
I agree. Everybody in agreement?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
That was a great job out there. I mean, you guys really raced, traded a little paint, and that's what we wanted to see. But somebody has to go home. Don and Arseth, please pack your bags and turn your helmet. Your race from virtual to reality ends here.
It crushed me. I felt like I performed as well as I could. To be out of the Gran Turismo Academy finals, it's disappointing, but the opportunity that I got and to come to Silverstone and compete for this, it's truly priceless.
Good morning.
Morning.
How you guys feeling?
Great.
All right, this is the braking challenge, straight out of the Gran Turismo video game. With the Nissan 370Zs, you'll have to reach a speed of at least 70 miles an hour, where you then come into the pit box and come to a complete stop. If you're not at 70 miles an hour at the arch, your run will not count. When you pull into the pit, you want to hit the exact mark, or else you will hit your crew, and everybody, including yourself, will suffer. Every crew member that you hit will cost you 1 second. The time will start from the starting gate and finish when you come to a complete stop in the pit box. The judges want to see bravery, car control, and precision. Good luck.
Coming up on a pretty important challenge. This simulates real life pulling into pit stops and not hitting people, which is very important.
This is one of the more challenging runs that we do for all the drivers here.
Charlie to Rob, in position whenever you want us.
Okay, so Parker.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Parker's just been inconsistent. One challenge he's up, one challenge he's down. You know, last night with the racing, he was down. So he's really going to have to show us something today to stay in the game.
Parker Cornelius, 26, from St. Joseph, Missouri. As of now, I've never really left St. Joe. It's a pretty small town. I've lived here for most of my life. Fishing at my grandfather's is one of the most calm things that I can do. It's the most peaceful area that I know of, and getting away doing one of my favorite hobbies. I'm a delivery driver for a lumber yard, Porter's Building Centers. The nature of my job keeps me in very good shape because we pull our own orders of lumber and then put them on the truck and deliver them. I started playing Gran Turismo probably about 15 years ago. And when everybody else started watching football and everything like that, I was always more intrigued by racing. In my fantasy world, I become a professional race car driver. That also gives me the opportunity to bring racing into my family's lives as well. My first child is on the way. I have a baby boy coming, along with the responsibility of my fiance's son as well. Having the first year of my child's life being away from me, it's not too thrilling, but at the same time, it's something I've been working very hard for, doing this for what the future could mean for all of us as a family. I definitely want it bad.
Okay, Charlie. 3, 2, 1, go!
Enter our line for a chance to win your very own GT Academy experience in Daytona, Florida at gtacademyusa.com.
This is technical. It's hard to get the car stopped and change direction into that pit box. This isn't easy to do.
No. What we're asking him to do today is hard for us, I think.
3, 2, 1, go!
So for Parker Cornelius, 14.97, 2 men hit, 16.97 total time.
He needed to maximize his threshold braking right when he went under the arch, and he was a little lazy getting on the brakes. If he wouldn't have done that, he wouldn't have hit his crew.
That was my first time really getting the hang of no ABS on. I've never had anything with no ABS, and definitely different.
Next up, we're going to have Russell.
Yeah, Russell impressed me initially, but then over the last few challenges, it's just almost plateaued.
Seems like I'm kind of staying the same. I'm just waiting for that moment just to go up and shine. I still haven't quite found that moment yet. I still haven't quite put things together, but I'm getting close.
This braking challenge is really going to put emphasis on, does he understand the vehicle dynamics of the car? And he's either going to understand it, or he's probably going to be on his way to Heathrow.
Seems like he's coming down slow, and now it speeds up, too fast, too fast.
That's not good.
Missed the box. Green flag on speed, but missed the box.
I was going a wee bit too fast. They said I was probably going about 10 to 15 miles an hour too fast. By the time I looked down, the turn was coming up. I missed the turn by probably about a few meters, and at that point, I locked up my wheels. It was just an absolute failure. I couldn't have done any worse, to be honest.
Well, there go my chances.
So, time on the stopwatch of a 15.32, but with a 5-second penalty for not successfully navigating his way into the box. 20.32, gentlemen.
Hopefully, and I hate to say this, hopefully one of the competitors does worse.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
One thing you can't hope for now.
Yeah, I know.
So next up is Mark Pinnell. Mark's another one of those guys, for me, kind of middle of the road.
I knew from the beginning that it was going to be a timed event right from when you left the gate. So I figured if I'm getting timed, I'm just going to go full out. If I'm over and then braking through 70 through the gate, that's okay?
Yes, yeah, so that'll be 120 kilometers. Yeah, and then
so
just...
if I'm at like 140 and braking and I hit 120 through the gate,
yeah, that's fine, yeah.
If Mark is to win GT Academy, if he is to be our champion, now is the time for him to make his case.
3, 2, 1, go!
Not bad, exciting.
I controlled the braking fairly well. I did end up parking sideways.
It's good effort.
I thought it was pretty impressive. He fought for it every inch of the way and made it into the box and clipped one guy and hit another. So 14.72 with 2 seconds of penalties. He goes into the lead with a 16.72.
That was a lot harder than it looks.
Alex Alexander.
Right, for me, Alex has been kind of quiet.
How you doing?
But he keeps gradually getting better and better, rising to the top. And in the stock car challenge that we just saw, I think he was pretty impressive.
Solid is the way I'd describe him, but solid won't cut it anymore. He now needs to move up a gear to outstanding.
3, 2, 1, go!
Get him, Alex. Literally. It's hard. I'm like cheering for him, but I'm also cheering for him to screw up.
I'm not.
Almost a 6 for the reverse park.
I came into the corner a little too hot on the brakes, and that made the car kind of rotate around.
Did you see his hands?
He looked like he was juggling chainsaws.
Yeah, it looked bad.
I tried to save it, but at those speeds, it was nearly impossible.
Alex Alexander, 15.29 on the stopwatch, but a 5-second penalty for not parking in the box. So he goes second last with a 20.29, 3/100ths of a second ahead of Russell. Next up, Tommy. So with 2 guys to go, we're yet to see a clean run. Do you think we will?
Yes.
Yes.
Boom, positivity.
Yes.
Right, okay, cool.
3, 2, 1, go!
Looks fast. Too fast. But only
Great
one,
effort.
and he only bumped him out of the way.
Green flag.
It was all over the place. So to be able to get in there and get away with just a 1-second penalty was good.
15.61 on the watch. 1 crew member, 16.61, puts him into the lead.
So next up, and our final competitor in this challenge is Nicholas.
Good morning. Morning, how are you? Good, how are you doing this morning? Good.
Nicholas is becoming much more confident as well. If you think back to first Mud Mayhem, then the pit stop challenge, ever since those 2 events, his driving's improved as well.
3, 2, 1, go!
And he's away. Not the quickest run we've seen.
Brake, brake, brake. Off the brake, off the brake, off the brake.
Okay, was he fast enough?
Green flag.
Whoa! 17.09.
There you go.
Wasn't the quickest we've seen, but he's the only guy to have safely made it into the pit box.
Well done.
Well done, Jack. That was a great job. After I went, I felt like even though I wasn't maybe the fastest, I made it look halfway easy, so I felt that part was good.
For me, it was pretty clear, not based just on what we saw out here. This just added to it.
Yeah, I mean, today he didn't show me much. He hasn't shown me much in the stock cars. Physically, he hasn't showed me much.
I like him. I wish him well. He's not going to be our champion this year.
We're getting to the end. Winners, they start to feel that. And after this elimination, 5 of you will be left. Judges.
Nicholas, we're really excited by your progress. Although you weren't the fastest, you showed great skill and made something very difficult look very easy. Good job.
Thank you.
Alex, in the stock car race, you showed us a lot. You were really good. Here in this braking challenge, you were a disaster. You didn't have any feel for the car. You never even made it into the box. Very disappointing.
Parker, throughout this competition, you've been one of our guys on the radar screen as maybe a possible winner. But in the last two challenges, you didn't show us anything. So you need to step up your game, see what you can do.
There's a saying in sports, if the coaches aren't talking about you, then they've moved on. Russell Boylan, we've moved on. You're out. Please pack your bags and turn your helmet. Your race from virtual to reality ends here.
Thank you.
For the rest of you five, who's gonna be the winner? You guys head on back to race camp. See you in a little bit.
Had time to come to terms with what was probably going to happen. The competition's so close across the board that one mistake, you're out. And today was my day. It's been fantastic. I've loved it. And the instructors and judges just giving you all the tips you could ever want. It's been a real eye-opener and a learning experience that's been fun.
Next time on GT Academy, you guys have made it to where most people can only dream of being. The final race of Nissan GT Academy.
We need to know that you're ready.
I will not stop.
I'm ready to go.
I'm here to win.
There's no other dream I've ever had.
This is my one chance at becoming a professional race car driver.
If we ask you to drop everything, move to the UK, are you bowing out?